In this chapter, we will learn how to concatenate several videos into one final video and optionally adding a background audio like music or voiceover. To achieve this, we will use the module called Concat, a list of videos with background audio that you can find as part of the JSON to Video Make app. If you haven't yet, watch the previous tutorial, Create Videos with Make.com, as we will assume some previous knowledge.
The Concat module accepts the following input parameters: the desired output video resolution, an array of videos that will be concatenated, an optional URL to an audio file that will be used as background audio, and the desired volume level of that audio. Let's see this in more detail.
The output video resolution defines the size of the generated video. Specify a resolution that matches your input videos, as they will not be resized but added as is. If the provided presets don't fit your desired size, you can choose the custom size option and set your custom width and height.
The videos array contain the list of videos you want to concatenate. Each item in the array may include a URL to the source video file, the seek position, and the duration for that video. You can add as many videos as needed into the array.
And finally, you can optionally decide if you want to add an audio in the background. For this, you must provide a URL to an audio file, for example an MP3 file, and the desired volume level for the audio. Leave both fields empty if you don't want to add any sound.
Let's see an example. We will concatenate 3 videos and add a background music. First, add the Concat module and set the output resolution. Then add an item for each video in the videos array. And finally, add the audio URL and the desired volume level. To wait the rendering job to be ready, add the Wait for a Movie to Render module just after the Concat module. Now we can run the scenario to get the resulting video. The Wait for a Movie to Render module queries the API until the video is ready. Depending on the length of the input videos, this process can be short or take a few minutes. Once the video is ready, you get the URL to new generated video.
In many cases, we will receive the input parameters from other modules in Make that ran in previous steps. For example, from an Airtable database, a Google Sheet, or other sources. If we want our workflow to be flexible and concatenate a variable number of input videos, this will require us to build the array of videos first and then pass it to the Concat module. Let's see an example.
For this example, we have created a simple Airtable base called Concat Videos that holds a list of videos. Each video has a URL, a seek value, and a duration value. A duration set to -1 means that the full video will be included. We could set the seek and duration fields to trim parts of the input videos.
Let's review how the scenario would be. First, we use an Airtable module to pull the data from our base. The module returns a bundle for each video. The Concat module, however, requires an array of objects, so we need to do some transformations. The first step is building a JSON object for each bundle. For this, add a Create JSON module and set it up like this. Add a new data structure, give it a name, and click on Generate button. Copy the overlaid JSON snippet into the sample data field. Make sure to respect uppercases and lowercases. Then click on Generate and Save. Then, map the fields coming from the Airtable module to each of the JSON properties. The next module is a parse JSON module that converts the JSON string created in the previous step into a JSON object. The two JSON modules will run once for each row returned by Airtable. After this, we can aggregate all bundles into an array that the Concat module can accept. Now, we call the Concat module as we saw at the beginning of this chapter, but in this case, we map the videos array to the array resulting from the array aggregator module. The Concat module returns a project ID that we will use in the wait module. Finally, once the video is rendered, we get the URL to the resulting video. In case your Airtable already returns an array, but the names of the fields don't match exactly with the ones expected by the Concat module, you will need to do the same we previously saw, but adding an additional step. This step is adding an iterator module that receives the array from Airtable and converts each item in a bundle. Then the flow continues as we saw in the previous scenario.
Thanks for watching this video, and don't miss the other video tutorials.